Welcome to the Knights of Degens Meta Media Empire. I'm your host, Sir JiggaManPorto, and welcome to the first episode of The Night Shift, your weekly Kingdom recap show.
Hello! Did you know that all throughout the 90s, the New York Knicks were darn near impossible to beat?
Not now, Jester. Not now, Jester. It's the first episode. We're here. We finally made it happen. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing beautiful.
Oh, that is great. So I am so excited that we get to finally launch this tonight here on the Night Shift. So earlier today, before we got the show started, I got to spend some time with our fearless leader, Drew Austin. Go ahead and check this out, guys. What's up, Drew? How you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. Just recovering my voice from Miami and Art Basel, but I'm doing good.
Bro, do you ever sleep? Like, it's just nonstop between the tweets and then seeing the pictures. You're all over the place, man.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Cool. So, I mean, the whole Knights of Degens thing, man. Like, how did this whole thing come together for you? Like, where you guys are now, where it started. Like, how did that happen?
You know, honestly, I met up with Jared Augustine, who's one of the partners on the team, and we sat down, we had a lunch, and we were talking about how, you know, our friend groups, we have these little text message groups where we're like talking about sports betting or talking about what games we're watching or talking about what NFTs we're trading and like speculating on all these different types of like investment ideas and tips. So we were in all these different groups and we were like, you know, there's not this one NFT community that represents the people that are like talking sports, talking crypto, talking NFTs, investment ideas, and then also like, you know, like to, you know, talk about like the lore and the game components and the game mechanics of it all. So we wanted to kind of create a community that represented us, and that's kind of where that's how it all started.
Man, that's crazy. I mean, to see everything that's going on now, I can verify 100% that you are all gas, no break. Okay, because. And I'll just share the story. I mean, the first time I met you, I had you come on to my show, the What the Show.
Yep.
And here it is, 12:45 at night. Drew just messaging me on Twitter, asking me questions, and I realized I was in an impromptu interview. And next thing you know, man, you gave me the opportunity to come hang out with you guys and create this content.
I gotta say that was the most odd setup that I've ever interviewed someone. But it was like a Twitter DM, middle of the night. I started being like, yo, let me learn more about this guy. Next thing I know, we're in full-blown interview mode.
Yeah, and and I'm stupid. It took me like 35 minutes to realize what was going on. I'm like, hold on a second, am I interviewing right now? So I felt like I should change all my answers. Man, so I mean, first, Drew, I'll say thank you, you know, for reaching out to me. But what really excited me is the fact that one of your first lines in that message was, do you want to help create a meta media empire? And that was the line that I was like, I'm listening.
Yeah.
And I mean, here we are, not even a month later, and we're launching the first of so many shows, man. Like, this is about to be.
We move quick. We execute at a fast and high level, and we're experimenting and pushing the boundaries. And you know, I saw what you had going on with the Fan Controlled Football League and the types of content, and it just resonated. And I was like, you know, we need to keep investing in content. We need to keep investing in creators that can help us to expand, you know, the vision that we have here and continue to build and engage the audience and engage the community and provide, like, you know, I look at all of these different content shows as a platform that we can, you know, whether it's, you know, monetize in the future in new creative ways that can help promote and cross promote our other properties and other, you know, teams or assets that we acquire. So we're starting to build this little network of media properties that can be leveraged for monetization, for cross promotion, for telling our story, for our narrative. And then I think as we get as this gets refined over time, we're going to become a well-oiled machine, and this is going to be one major component. And one component, though, we got a lot of ideas, a lot of things we're working on, but one major component of building a native, organic Web3 media company, and that's like kind of like this decentralized approach to how people create media and content.
Yeah, I mean, and I can testify now, being a part of these meetings and the visions, and man, the ideas are just nonstop. 1 second it's we need these 3 shows, new idea, we've got 6 lined up. So I mean, it's just exciting to see you and just the rest of the guys that are all just so bought in on doing this and really
we got a
taking
squad
it to the next level.
Yeah, we have
really do
stack teams, and I think that's like one of the things one of my biggest takeaways when people ask about, how do you build a successful NFT project and community? And I think it's really comes down to having a well-balanced team. Like, you need people in all different types of expertise and skill sets that can complement each other to be able to build something that's really foundational and successful. Like, we have tech, we have content creation, we have producing, we have marketing and influence, we have athletes and entertainers, we have people that have been tech entrepreneurs and founders before. So, we have this really artists, creative, community management. So we just have a lot of different kind of well-balanced skills on the team that can make this, that could, what I believe is going to help us build a blue chip project. Yeah.
And I think you said it best, having all those pieces and the right people in place. Like, for those that are watching the show tonight, I mean, most of them are Knights, but, I've been really harping on people that haven't gotten into NFTs or haven't gotten a Knight yet. Like, come watch the show. I need you guys to realize the community that's being built, the project itself, and the people behind it. When they hear you guys talk and they see what's going on in the Discord, it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, and for me, you brought sports. You got me wearing crowns on freaking shows.
There we go.
I can't complain, Drew.
There we go.
So, any special things coming up you want to let the guys or let the kingdom know what's going on?
I was telling you earlier, I'm excited that we got approved for Nifty. I think that Nifty Gateway was a big approval for us, and getting verified on Nifty really opens up some new doors for the community, especially for some of the new people that are just entering the space, not having to have a wallet set up or not having to have crypto be able to use their custody or use a credit card or USD. I think that's pretty exciting. That's going to be another new avenue for us to get more distribution. And it's not the last place. We're going to be expanding and continuing to find new ways to engage our audience. We got fan controlled football coming up real soon. Combine time, baby. I'm ready to scout some players, scout some talent.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be great.
I cannot wait to get our community together and start voting on coaches and players and strategy.
I mean, everything. It's just gonna be so much fun.
I believe we're gonna take this to another level too. Like, I want to build a top tier foundational organization. I want to set the bar for fan controlled football organizations to be like, damn, that's how you got to run a fan controlled football team. And like, I want to take it to the next level. Like, whatever they saw last year, I think we're not just we're going for championships, but I also want us to be a thought leader and a leader in the league in terms of the business side of this shit as well. Right. So I think we're going to do some really exciting stuff in the fan controlled football league.
I believe it. That's what made me take the jump. I'm all in. I'm really 2.0 championship.
Yeah, dude. I think we also need to do some, like, even, I know you guys been doing it also. We should do like a Knights of Degen, just like deep dive into like what happened last year in fan controlled football for all the new people that are coming in. Just like a good recap. You know what I mean? Because like I'm still new to the league. This is my first season really getting involved. So we should get something there to educate.
Since you brought that up, it's something we're working on, and we want to make a time frame for that right after the holidays. Jumping into the new year, we've got the statistical stat head himself laying out exactly how the play calling works. We've got our coach that's going to be there and show how the plays were actually done. Really give us a recap and understanding of what happened in season 1.0 and how we can come in and help you and this entire team really make sure that the Knights of Degen win this championship the right way.
That's what it's about.
You got the brain trust, that's for sure. So
we're ready to
got
go.
it.
We're ready.
Well, Drew, man, I'm so excited that this is officially the first episode and launch of the night shift, and you made sure that this is something we're going to be able to produce every week to really keep the kingdom up to date. And
Yeah,
I couldn't think of a better way to start it than having you on the show.
Nah,
Man. So
you're
I
the
really
man, dude.
appreciate it.
I'm really excited about the show. I'm excited about a place where we can kind of like tell the story of what's going on behind the scenes in that with Knights of Degen, what we're working on. You know, we got so much stuff on like, you know, I'm sure you'll, you know, if we're talking with Blake and Mike, you know, we got seeds coming. We're working on that. We just got so much. We got so many things going on. So it's good for us to be able to like kind of open up a little bit, show everyone what's going on, and do it in an entertaining way and create content around it. That's what we're about, creating content and engaging the audience. So I love to see what we got going on. And Jigga, you're doing your thing, man. This is awesome.
I appreciate it, Drew. Well, thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate it. I mean, how great is it to just sit down? Now, look, that's not even the whole interview, right? I got to sit there and just talk to him, and the ideas that are constantly coming out and the plans for the future. I got to tell you, Statistical Jester, we made a good move joining the right team.
Well, you know, I think character judgment is kind of our good thing at. Words are failing. He is a man that I could listen to talk forever, and he could probably convince me to buy a broken car, if I'm being honest. The words he said and how they said them, I'm now more all in on the Knights, and I'm already here.
That's good. I mean, do you see these guys? The way they sweep the floor and buy all these Knights? We need to come up with a strategy to make it happen.
If only there was a way to accumulate money.
You know what? Do me a favor. Make that call for me.
Town crier.
Hear ye, come one, come all, to hear the news of the week for the Knights of Degen.
Town Crier, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm happy to be here, man. We got so much to talk about this week. Like every week after week, Drew, Clay, the whole team comes through with more and more news for us. And we got a big one, right? I mean, right off the jump, Drew brought it up. Nifty. Huge. Right. Huge. The accessibility that's going to provide to purchase Knights, to easily trade them if you want to move up, right? As maybe you get some more capital, more Ethereum, that you can upgrade your Knight to maybe one that you're more passionate about or is greater rarity. That alone is enough to headline all the news for this week, but we have so much more to talk about.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to jump in here real quick, Town Crier, but this week on Twitter, someone that I've got to see in the Discord all the time, Sir Hacker. And I just, I saw the letters out there, joining the military. Just wanted to really say thank you for your service. We promise to hold the kingdom down for you. And when you get back, we can't wait to have you on the show. So this goes out to you, Sir Hacker. I got to tell you, I do like that Knight. That's a pretty dope Knight.
Right? It's clean. Right, like it's got a lot going on, but it's cohesive. That's the better word. It's cohesive. Everything works together nicely, which is what I like to look for when I look at Knights. And we'll talk about it a little bit later. But when I take a trip on down to the market, I'm going to take a look at some cool ones that we found. But that's not all, right? With the big Art Basel event, we also had merch that came out this week, modeled by one Tiki Barber. Looking fantastic in it.
Look at Tiki looking fly in that KGMI. How you doing?
It's a great look, right? We have that one. There's also one with the Nike logo on it as well. And then we also have a couple different shirts there, right? If you're looking for something a little bit more understated, you can go the black and white. But if you're a little bit flashier, that purple's looking good.
Yeah, definitely. And what I loved is when I heard the announcement about the merch, was they're looking at it as that this is just 1.0 launch, right? They're taking it to their council team and looking for other suggestions on what they want the next batch to be, whether it's logos, shows like the Night Shift or Nick's Knights logos, whatever. But I love that, this is only the first one. T-shirts, if you ordered them, I think it was by yesterday, those are guaranteed to be in before Christmas. But everything else, chain supply stuff, but we should see that stuff start to trickle in January. So Knights, if you haven't yet, get in there to the merch.knightsofdegen.io and go get yourself a hoodie. Woo, you know I love hoodies.
We have Steve in the chat here with an excellent question.
Okay, let's see.
Sir Jigga, can you please let us know, what does KGMI stand for again?
So it's funny you ask, because a lot of people I talked to had no idea what it was. We thought about doing a whole segment on just going out on the street and asking people to give us their opinion. But you want to take a TGP, or you want me to take this one?
Hey,
Crier. All right, go ahead, Town Crier.
Knight's gonna make it.
Oh, how
Knights
you
are
doing?
gonna make it, right?
Now, I also would like to say, I think it plays two parts for me, right? Knight's going to make it and Nick's going to make it. Like, I use it both ways for my own personal. Yeah, I just thought it made sense.
Right, you could sub anything in there, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Knives, right? Knives
Okay.
got me irritated, right?
Okay. See, this is the part where we can start.
Here we go. We just go off the rails.
Yeah.
Strap in, right? This is show one. We're gonna keep it tight, but you gotta get ready for that.
Right. Expect the future to be a lot of. All right, moving right along.
KGMI. But the big news of the night is we have a special guest coming through later in the show. The Spoiled Banana Society.
Richard Vagner himself is coming up. And we're doing that whole partnership, right? I mean, we've already got 3 that were entered for the Discord part of it for the giveaways. And now we're going to pull a total of 6 winners tonight throughout the show. But, Town Crier, why don't you head over to the marketplace?
You got it.
And we'll catch back up with you here in a minute.
Sounds like a plan. See you guys.
So I figured we're talking about the giveaway. So I want to bring on somebody all you Knights know. I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't sleep at all at this point. Let's bring in our boy, Clay. What's up, dude?
Yo. What's good?
Not much, man. Dude,
How you
big
living?
week. Big night, man.
Crazy week, bro. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm super hyped. It's great to get the show off the ground. Intro is fantastic as always, man. So you're crushing it. Love to see
Thanks.
it.
We winged the crap out of it, and we're glad you guys like it. So, woohoo! It's
hey, we out here.
So, dude, I mean, you had a crazy week. Big blue checks and all kinds of announcements, and council putting together for meetings and all that. How's full-time work now with the Kingdom, bro?
It's great, man. I mean, it really is. It's a lot of fun just being able to focus, like full-time mental energy to, Knights of Degens. Can't really ask for more than that. And so just all the time, it's just like, there's so much to do. We're in just startup mode. And that's the coolest part about it is just, it's just like how much you need to accomplish as soon as possible. So we're out here grinding, man. The team's fantastic. Just couldn't ask for a better group that, we're getting down with in the trenches. So it's good. I mean, we're building. There's a lot of stuff even happening. More behind the scenes that we, haven't even shared out yet in these weekly updates. But yeah, it feels like a lot of good stuff coming together. The momentum on Twitter has been a lot of fun to watch too. It just seems like it's a vibe. So I just, as much as we can do to keep supporting that and just love our community a lot. I mean, like the Discord's a great time to hang out. That's why I enjoy having spend so much time in there. It's just, the general's always popping and the village always popping.
Because I'm glad you brought it up, because sometimes I wonder, does Clay change his name when he comes in there to check so people don't add him all the time? So, I see some weird names pop up like they're in the chat. Is that you, Clay? Or
no, it's not me, man. I'll leave the burner accounts to other people. That's not my game. I definitely come in there and just like to keep an eye on stuff though, as I can, just see what the vibes are like. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man.
That's awesome, man. So you want to give us a little bit of the insight on this whole partnership with the giveaways we're doing tonight? And you know what? Before you do, we had a little video made, right? Let's check it out real quick. I like that
video's fire. Yeah, shout out to SVSC, man. They're good people. Yeah, so they're just like some good friendships there with some of the Roundtable members. Richard's been wonderful to work with, so I won't steal his thunder. We'll let him get on here and give you the whole rundown on SBS. But yeah, essentially the partnership here is just they've given us whitelist access for all Knights holders, which is awesome. I believe that kicks off tomorrow. I'll let him again clarify the details there. And yeah, the giveaways are awesome, and they were super, super generous with us there on that front, and just wanted to find a cool way to hook it up for our Knights holders coming out of our poker tournament, which was just a blast. The community poker tournament they helped lead up with Royal Society and the whole gang over there. So yeah, it was a good time. The NFT itself gives you access to their fantasy football tournament for lifetime, is my understanding.
Nice.
Which is one of the cool benefits as well too. All their perks and stuff. They have a lot of cool prizes. The whole team is comprised of Bored Ape holders, and so I know they have some 8 prizes in there as well. Yeah, awesome. Man, they're good people. The project's really dope, so we're excited to be linking up with them and doing some fun stuff.
Nice. Well, Clay, man, I mean, I can vouch. I see what you're doing all day long, and the amount of messages you're having to take care of. Dude, it's just
great,
awesome to work with you. And I appreciate you making time to make sure you were here for our first night shift.
No doubt.
I'm excited, bro.
I had this one marked on the calendar in Sharpie, bro. I was not going to miss this. No doubt. I had to be here to tune in live and obviously jump on and say what's good with you. So it's mutual, man. Just appreciate all that you're doing for us. I'm so hyped for FCF season. I know that, our community's really, waiting for next steps there when it comes to Ballers Collective, everything, which we'll get soon. We got some good word from the FCF crew today on some updates coming our way that we'll be able to share with the community. But on our front, man, like content wise, bro, we're going to be crushing it. So I think we're going to be the best in the field in terms of team wise with what we can organize there. And I think we're obviously be best in the game when it comes to content wise. So I can't wait for just you doing some man on the street stuff at the combine. For all y'all out there, what I told JiggaManPorto is that he's just gonna get down there and do his thing. And so we're gonna give him very, very little parameters. Ideally a little more juice in the tank to work with too. So it's gonna be a good time, man. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with that one.
It's about to get so stupid, and I love it, bro.
Season starts today. You know what I'm saying? Been started.
Man. Awesome, bro. Have a great night. We'll
appreciate it, man.
The statistical jester back up here, and I'll bother you a couple times after the show.
Hey, no doubt.
Later, bro.
All right, bud.
Jester.
That man has a lovely hair. All right. I was looking at it the whole time and I was like, how does he get it like that? And then I realized I have more hair than him. So it's a lot easier.
that might be true.
Yeah.
So statistical jester, we've got Richard Vagner coming on the show here, right?
Indeed.
We got about another 5 minutes or so till he gets here. And I figured while we're waiting, would you like to jump into a little bit of That's Malarkey?
Oh, I would love.
All right. So, Knights, this is that part of the show where we get to look up things that are said in the social media world in regards to NFTs and projects and ones that we have deemed to be
Malarkey.
So, statistical jester, take it away.
NFT community. OpenSea sucks. Needs decentralization. Also NFT community. Immediately flocks back to OpenSea as soon as it's up. That's malarkey. Make up your minds. Capcom's making NFTs. This is a good opportunity to remind that NFT sucks. Just commission artists to draw your waifu instead of spending zillion doges on them. That's malarkey. First of all, doge to the moon. I will not be having any negative doge comments in this segment. Also, they don't suck. Just calm down. You know what sucks the most about NFTs? I'll see an illustrator with a fire picture and I'll be like, I need to buy a print now. But they don't have a store, just selling NFTs. I want to give you money, bro, like real actual dollars. Help me help you. That's malarkey. Because why aren't you giving it? They're still the art. That's still them. They're just asking for what? What? Ugh. And finally, let me read this dramatically. Are NFTs why mainstream video games suck now? Are all the devs working on NFT projects that actually pay them instead of an executive like Todd Howard? I think maybe. Now that is monarchy in more ways than one. Why mainstream video games suck now? Are NFTs? Are all the devs working on NFT projects that actually pay them instead of an executive like Todd Howard? There's so much to unpack there.
Statistical Jester, was that even English?
No,
I
don't
gotta
believe it
ask
was.
you, how are you able to narrow it down to 3 or 4? Like, I could sit there all day and find so many of these things that I would just love to throw on. Like, we could have a whole episode and literally have everybody in the chat room debate over all of
Well,
them.
I wanted to start simple. I looked up on the legal land of the Twitters, and I just looked up NFTs suck, and I wanted to see why they were saying it, you know? And a lot of tweets were just NFTs suck, and it just didn't say anything else. And I was like, there's no joke there. I need funny. If you're going to say NFTs suck, make it funny like the last guy.
That makes
Why are
sense.
NFTs video games communities bad now?
Doesn't know where to put the punctuations or anything.
No,
Ah.
nothing.
Well, you know what? I challenge you next week, Statistical Jester. Let's add a couple more on there and let's fly through them together.
Excellent.
What do you think? We just find a bunch of the ones that would. Now, here's the thing: we really debated, right? Do we keep the person's tag name in there so we know who said it? But I think we made the right choice of
listen.
hiding
I'm
it,
always
right?
of the opinion that just because someone says something stupid online doesn't mean you need to go harass them about how stupid they were.
Exactly.
Let them just shout stupidness into the void because it makes them happy. I do it. I shout stupidness into the void every day. No one answers.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, now that's malarkey. So, Statistical Jester, first episode, the night shift. So far, so good. The chat room, love seeing so many of the names in there that we see in the Discord all the time. So glad you guys could join us. Can you do me a favor and can you shout for that bear of ours? I'm really in the mood to hear something.
It's ringing. I hear it. They're coming in. Oh.
Oh, what's up, guys? My bad.
Hey, Jay. Oh, I needed that. Hey, man. So we got a special guest coming on the show tonight. We got Richard Vagner coming on, right? Totally excited about this one.
He's a Grammy Award-winning musician, man. Like, what?
He's nominated right now for a Grammy. Like, how you doing? Like, we're going to jump into all that with him. So this segment, guys, it's called Allies to the Kingdom. Projects out there that we love, that we believe in as well. Show the same love to us here at the Knights of Degens. And tonight we're kicking it off where AJ and I get to hang out and shoot it a little bit with Richard Vagner. Without further ado. What's up, Richard?
Yo, what up, AJ? What up, Jigga? I love the freaking little still before. That's like one of the best intros I've seen. So hell yeah for the production work.
Appreciate it. We'll send it right over to you, bro. Dude,
Let's go.
You're another one of those guys, man. Like, do you ever sleep?
That's a really good question. For the past week, just been in Miami, no sleep at all. I lost my voice. I hope I don't have COVID right now. So you know what I mean. Like it's been a whirlwind. What about you guys? You guys get any sleep these days? NFT space is just freaking nonstop.
Yeah. It's a rare thing when we get sleep. I know I get more probably than Jigga because he's got a whole family he has to take after. But yeah, I'm in the NFT space and I get it.
My brother, who's like 10 years older than me, just had a kid 2 days ago. So I guess he does like He does the Spoiled Banana Society with me. He's also the CEO founder, my manager. So definitely like it's a whole nother level to have a kid as well. So like big ups for you doing all that. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
man. Dude, let's jump into it. How the heck did the Banana Society come to be? Like, take us down the journey, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks for having me on the show. Super stoked. It freaking started organically. I love fantasy football. So being in the ape community, I was like, yo, let's all play fantasy football. My brother as well. We tried to be like analysts a couple of years ago. We're like fantasy footballers. That just takes so much work. But we started leagues for the apes, because that's easy. And then when we got everyone in, of course, everyone was like, NFTs, blockchain. How do we get this NFT'd? So organically, we got it to a team of 11 apes. Now we actually have 12. Our dev is also an ape. And our first launch, which our pre-sales tomorrow, and our public sales in 5 days now, and all the Knights are whitelisted. So it's super exciting. It's a fantasy football league. It's 10,000 cards. We're doing over $1 million in prizes, a board ape for first. And it's really dope because NFTs have allowed us to have it where like you don't have to you can play for multiple years, but you don't have to keep paying. So it's a 0.08 mint. There's 10,000 cards, and that 0.08, that one NFT is your whole team. And every single year you compete in prizes, but you never pay again, because when the cards trade and residuals, we take a cut and we put it back into the prizes. So because of NFTs, this whole new like fantasy football thing can be attempted. And then if it goes successful, we're going to go into basketball, soccer, baseball, all the sports.
Nice, man. And you guys, I mean, looking at the stuff in the community, so many people are loving everything you guys are doing for this project. So I know a lot of Knights are excited about it. I see all the guys on Twitter blowing it up. So that's awesome, man. AJ, I know you wanted to talk to Richard too, man. What questions you got?
I got a couple. So, I mean, I kind of want to talk about the fact that you're a Grammy-nominated artist. But so bring that into the question. But I also want to be like, from one musician to another, why the pivot to sports instead of like a music NFT?
Yeah, of course, 100%. So my first NFT in the space was Sport Apes 8 months ago. I got lucky as hell. I kind of got it as like I was curious about the NFT space, and we just kind of aped in. And so it definitely taught me a lot. After like 4 or 5 months of supporting a lot of people, my fellow apes, a lot of people in the space, I dropped an NFT album. So I did do that, I guess, in a sense. And then later on, and that partnered with a game within Sandbox. So I'm kind of waiting on them to launch for the utility to fully be fulfilled. But I think the next evolution too was building a community. I think sports is a great way to do that, especially because I love fantasy football. I love sports. I'm a big Chiefs fan, so it definitely made a lot of sense for me to do it. You know, have a big team, have a great place for all my like supporters to come hang out.
Bro, you had me at banana and fantasy football, so I'm already in.
Hell yeah.
You gotta capitalize on that Mahomes mania right now too. So
man, we went in the Super Bowl, 100%.
Hey, I can see it. But I also wanted to ask you, I've kind of been in the NFT space. I'm still getting my legs underneath me. I got a couple things. But one thing that I've noticed is a lot of talk about people asking if, teams behind projects are doxed or not. Is your team doxed, fully doxed? And do you think it is or isn't necessary to have like a fully doxed team to have like a good project?
No, 100%. I'm glad you're bringing it up. We're all fully doxed, all 12 of us. And I do think at a certain level, it is very important to know who is behind the project. I don't think it's that healthy to be investing in a project where you don't know who the team is behind it. I think there are situations where potentially like if that kind of like image or that brand person has this history of doing good, then okay. But like I would prefer them to be doxed, just because like why that's a little sus. Like why are you not doxed?
Yeah, I totally agree, man.
But I get it. I get the other side too. It's a valid side on the other side where like things happen. But I think if you're dealing with that much money and that much power, like you definitely should. Right? I think you should be doxed. I don't know shit though.
I think a lot of us are flying by the seat of our pants. So
yeah, real quick, nice we got somebody in the chat. Someone in the chat is actually asking, "What is doxed?"
Yeah, doxed just means you know who that person is behind their ape, behind their NFT. If something went wrong, you wouldn't have you would be able to find them, or you'd be able to find at least an address or something, a phone number. You know, they wouldn't be
okay.
just gone.
All right.
Yeah, you
so
want to
chuck
be able
in the
to
chat
hold someone
identity.
accountable.
Yeah, holding people accountable. I think that's important in the space, especially with how much scams and how much shit happens with people getting, burned and their life savings being destroyed.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I know we're doing a bunch of giveaways with the partnership with you guys, so we're excited about that. So
hell yeah.
Well, the minting starts tomorrow, correct?
The pre-sale for our Discord starts tomorrow, and then all the collabs on the 10th will go, and then the public mint is the 13th.
Okay, awesome. Well, while we have you here, we haven't even chose one of our winners tonight yet. So I figure while you're here with us, let's spin the wheel and find our first one of the night.
Yo, that's so exciting. Holy
Let's see.
shit, that's a big wheel.
It's a big wheel. I mean, it's ridiculous.
That's a big boy.
Ravishing Rob Rude. Congratulations, bro. You got the first one.
Yo, congrats, man. Let's freaking go.
That's awesome, dude. So, I wouldn't be doing my job, Richard. All right. If one, we didn't cover the fact of how dope your project's about to be and the partnership we have with you.
Thank you, Jigga.
But number two, I've got a Grammy nominated artist on here. I've got to see if I can pull strings to get some sort of performance live.
Yo, I hate to do this. This is like literally the worst thing ever. Wait, like I shit you not. I'm coming back from Miami. I'm so sorry. And my bags are literally in Southwest possession being delivered to me.
You know what? I think we believe the story's true, right? Didn't you post something about it earlier?
I did post that I was stranded in Colorado and I needed some weed to smoke or I'd steal a plane to fly to LA myself.
Yes. There we go.
But I'm so sorry, guys. I would love to come back and play music for you guys anytime.
So
anytime.
We secure a second show.
I think
that's perfect,
yes,
man.
guaranteed.
Not only that, I think this just leaves room for a collaboration here. Maybe we can do like a pop punk kind of thing, violin. I mean, Yellow Card's done it before. We can do it.
Yeah, you're saying. I mean, I don't. Let's do it when I have my setup, and then
I'm saying future.
Oh, future. That's what I'm saying. 100%. Let's do a collab.
Future.
Through
offline. We'll work
I'm
together.
Thinking how's the violin? I dropped my iPhone in the toilet. Maybe one of these days, potentially, allegedly. So I don't know how the audio is gonna be. With the violin coming through.
We'll figure something.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Richard, man, seriously, good luck with everything with the project. I know the work's just begun for you guys. And we really look forward to continue to do some partnerships with you and having you back on the show. And any way we can help, man, reach out to us anytime.
Yo, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for having me. We're doing an AMA in 50 minutes at 7:30 PST on our Twitter.
Nice.
If this is over, come over there.
Should be.
Stay here. But when that's done, okay. If it's over, and then all the nights are whitelisted. If you're watching. And you guys mint the 10th, just come over to our Discord. And thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate you so much. Have a great night. And I fucking love the Knights. You guys have an amazing project. So definitely exciting to be in the space with you guys and growing.
Man.
When this goes well, if it goes well, I'm definitely gonna mint some more nights myself. So freaking start.
When it goes well, bro, no one's doubting you.
Go.
You got this, man.
Yeah,
all right. Later, Rich. Appreciate
Peace,
you.
guys. Peace.
What a great dude.
Really nice, man. And you
know
what?
To find out that project and how they're actually going to use the cards and the building value is going to be dope.
Dude, and
totally
season to season, year to year, it continues its value. It doesn't it's not one season only. You can use it for years to come.
Yeah. So I don't think there's much you can complain about with that right there. No. Dude, well, AJ, man, I'm so glad you are in the kingdom with us, bro, and that we get to consistently rock to allies to the kingdom week in and week out. Take us away.
Dude, thank you, and I'm excited to do this with you, man, so this is for you, Jigga.
I mean, we got our own music as we're switching cameras. How you doing? That's great.
It's beautiful.
Dude, what did you think about the Richard Vagner? I mean, that's freaking dope. I mean, the way that's going to be done and ties in sports with us perfectly. Such a
I firmly believe that man could have stolen a plane. I think he can do it. I believe it. If I think he's got the brains for it. I think it's not brute force. He uses his sheer wit, and he'll have a plane. Whatever you need, Richard will get.
What? I'm feeling generous right now, bro. And while you're here, and it's you and I kicking it, let's go ahead. Let's pull another winner, bro. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Knights. The second winner of the SBS.
The Scottish Bear.
Oh, the name is just cool. Way to go.
Right.
Bear. What's a Scottish bear?
It's a bear from Scotland.
It's a Scotland. Okay.
It's a Scottish bear. Haven't you seen Brave? They had one.
You know what, statistical jester? I'm starting to get a little hungry, bro.
Ooh, me too.
You know what? Let's go check in on the night chef.
Oh, hey. Welcome to the Degen Tavern, where all the knights come to feast. How you guys doing?
Oh, dude, I am excited. I'm hungry. And it just made sense to go check into our local tavern chef over here. Kung Fu D, what did you cook up tonight?
Well, when I was drinking some beer, I was thinking, what would go good with this beer? And what goes better with beer than pizza? We put some cornmeal and olive oil rubbed down on the pan so it won't stick. We're going to put the sauce on. I don't really like a lot of sauce, but we're going to perform a layer here to, have a little crust at the end. Get to this quick. I'm gonna put the cheese on now. Again, this is easy. You can get this dough from like the deli section of most grocers, or they have it in the can too. Like Pillsbury. So you can do that as well. But I prefer to get it from the bakery, if it's available to you in your particular grocery store. Almost there. Okay, right up to this, I'm going to throw on the topping. Now you can go as extravagant as you want or as simple as you want, but we're going with some pepperoni. I just go around and around. Until it's done. I just keep on going around and around until I reach the middle. And we're going to leave the middle open because that last one, it just always falls off for some reason. Hey, let's kick it up a notch. Why not? The fresh mozz. We're just going to throw a little bit of that in there, here and there. A little fresh basil on top. Again, you know, I always go a little bit above and beyond. And then some Italian seasoning. And we're going to throw this thing in the oven. 400 degrees, 18 to 23 minutes. But in all reality, I just keep an eye on it till the cheese starts bubbling and it gets brown on the outside. So let's do this. Final product. Oh, it looks delicious. Can't wait to see you next time. Kung Fu D out.
Yep. That's what I'm talking about. That's
really
why
good.
you're my chef, bro. Like, I was hungry. Now I want pizza. Serve pizza, and them all want pineapple on there.
I don't know if I was just really hungry, but it came out really good.
I feel like that needs a
Delicious.
content warning because I was like, this is good pizza. And then you pulled out the fresh mozzarella, and I was like, oh, okay, wow.
Well,
I
you
didn't
know
know-
I always have to go a little bit above and beyond.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. I would have put on a tuxedo if I knew we were eating nice tonight.
Well, now officially everybody here in the chat is all ready to go make their own pizzas, and they're hungry. GWR over there telling you it looked good. You got
Yeah.
other ones saying they want to go now make their own. Pineapple greater than no pineapple.
It's fun. Use your imagination.
Yo, Kung Fu D.
Yeah.
Love the fact that you're going to keep bringing food to us every week. This is only the first episode of the night shift. I can't wait to see what goes good with beer next week.
Yeah, maybe some of you guys can give me some ideas.
Discord. Whew. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Chat, I'm sorry. We'll take votes now. Should we move that segment to like the very beginning of the show so you have time to eat and stuff while we're doing it? Or maybe we let them know what he's making ahead of time so they're prepared. I don't know. There's a lot of ways we can go about it.
That's the beautiful part, is that we can talk to the viewers and they will answer like a crystal ball.
So weird. It's a beautiful thing. So, Statistical Jester, we've got more guests lined up on the show tonight. Okay, we've got a couple more segments to cover. Do me a favor. Can you just give me something statistical?
Of course. Well, did you know that despite almost 30-mile-per-hour winds, the New England Patriots decided that they were going to play 1940s football and run it?
Okay, all right, Statistical Jester.
And still won
no.
and are number
Statistical
one in the
Jester.
NFL.
Never mind. Town Crier, where you at? Hey.
How is it going? Man, that pizza looks great.
So good. But, you know, the Jester was doing that thing again where he's telling me stats about those Patriots, and I needed backup. So I called on you. So, I mean, Statistical Jester is gone. Town Crier, what do you think so far for the first episode? How we doing? We covering everything pretty well?
I'm feeling great. But let me tell you, after all that food, right, all I can think about is going to the supermarket. And then once I'm at the supermarket, all I can think about is going to the Knights of Degens market and seeing how we're looking.
Okay, don't do it yet. Let's hold off. You know what we should do? I think we should pull another winner, bro.
Oh,
it just feels like we've only done 2 so far, right?
Yeah.
Why not? One more. And the next lucky winner is...
Joe Candy.
Woo! All right, that's 3 in the pipe, guys. Not too shabby. Nice. So before we jump into the marketplace, I know we have some guests about to join us. I think we got one in the waiting room now. Let me see. Do you want to give me a thumbs up if you want to come on now without the partner in crime? Thumbs down. We're buying time. TGP.
Yep.
Town Crier. Maybe we should go to the market.
Okay.
So, Town Crier, I want to break this one up in a couple segments tonight because we got a lot of stuff to cover at the market, right?
Yeah, play by play.
Is there one we should start off with as the first highlight? Because I have one in mind.
You know,
I want to get your reaction.
I think we got the same one.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
What we're gonna do here, in case everyone's wondering, the whole point of this segment is to break down what's going on with the Knights, the NFTs themselves this week. So where's the floor at? Who's buying them up? What's looking hot? Are there any deals out there that we need to just snatch up off the floor right now? But I think where we're gonna start is something that's looking real hot that was bought earlier in the week.
I'll hit the graphic and I'll let you talk and we'll see if we're on the same page.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
That's it. Number 3931 sold for 1 Ethereum. Give you guys some stats on this guy right here as we're looking at him. The Emperor's armor that he is wearing there, only 0.08% of Knights. That is a less than 1% trait that he's rocking. He's got the mustache, which is right down there at 0.12%. I love the green skin on the robot, the gold helmet. You know, you got 7 traits there. That is a great looking robot, and it sold for 1 whole Ethereum.
That one was good. So you know what? Let's pause there. I'm gonna come back and get you, but we got some guests waiting backstage. I want to bring them in. Let's bring them in, fellas.
Oh,
hey, Jamieson.
That first picture. I liked it. Yeah, I like that little intro we had.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you guys did because I got to be honest with you. Every picture I see of you two, it's like we're one short of the Beastie Boys. Like y'all about to just start some epic.
Yeah, you're
group.
in. We're waiting for you. That's what we're waiting for.
Yes. See, I started photoshopping myself in. It got weird. I figured I'd talk to you about it first and then, bring it to life. All right.
Perfect.
You got my go ahead.
Let's make it happen.
Nice. So, guys, I appreciate it. It's the first episode of the Night Shift, kicking things off. Can we start?
Exciting. What's been the highlight for you so far in the first 50 minutes?
The fact that I'm still talking and people are still watching, so that's a good start. I set the bar really low to start.
That's a win.
That work, guys. I want to talk Art Basel. Like you guys had so much going on while you were out there. I mean, it was picture here, tweet here, speaking engagements, all kinds of stuff. Like, break it down, man. How was that?
Yeah, man, we had a lot of fun. A little bit too much, some might say. Yeah, I'm run down, man. I caught COVID in Florida, unfortunately. And I am looking forward to like 10 days of like focused work. But man, today has been a struggle. And yesterday was too. But outside of that, we had an absolute blast.
You look good, Blake.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you made time to come on the show. I appreciate it.
I wasn't going to bail, man. But yeah, I mean, we had a blast. You know, the NFT gallery that we had, it was a big hit. You know, we had a lot of very talented artists come through and show work with us. And
we showed some Knights alongside some fine art, as it should be.
Yeah,
we've seen the pictures. It looks perfect. I mean,
we have so much content coming out from that trip.
That's awesome.
That we're working through right now. So there's a lot of stories to tell.
Nice. So if you don't mind, I mean, one highlight for both of you. What would, if you just pinpoint one from the whole week, what would it be?
I think the Saturday event that we hosted ourselves at the gallery. Mike, would you agree? I mean, it was just
that was awesome. And then like there's so many events down there that like look good on paper, and then if you're actually there, they're fine. Ours, I think, looked pretty good on paper, and then but it wasn't like overly highly produced. It was just like great people, great art, good vibes, and I think it was a lot of fun. I mean, amazing venue. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to keep you guys super long, Blake, knowing that you're not feeling good and stuff. So just two things I really want to touch on. We'll keep it short.
Absolutely.
The art behind the Knights, man. Like, where did that come from? Like, what's going on up here? Like, how did it come to be?
Yeah, man. So Drew came to Mike and I with the concept of the Knights of Degen. I don't know, 6 months ago now. I'm not sure when exactly it was. It's
all the days blend together.
Ages ago.
It was Jared and Brendan had like kicked off the idea between themselves, and they looped in Drew, and then Drew recruited us. Ultimately, is the path and the seeds, if you will, of how it came to life. But that was like, hey, we have this idea of like Knights and a sports world, right? Like that's the two kernels that were there at that point, nothing more.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, the art is amazing, guys. And just now that I get to see some of the behind the scenes stuff, woo! I'm so excited for the next steps. And the art that you guys are putting out.
You want to talk a little bit about how kind of aliens and robots came to life? Because I feel like that's an interesting part of the art story.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like you look at a lot of like the PFP projects, like Bored Apes or Gutter Cats or like anything, like it's all just like one thing. And I thought that like building out this universe with more than just humans, because this takes place, in this kind of futuristic, faraway land. And so we wanted to like mix it up. And so we did aliens and robots. And at first, because that like quadrupled the workload of, all the different characteristics, because even though those guys have overlapping, like both of them have Knights helmets or both of them have, a baseball cap, like that has to be drawn for each character differently. And at first when we launched, I was actually like a big advocate of like just dropping with humans and then like having the aliens and robots like come in later, maybe as airdrops and like be like woven into the story. I'm glad that the whole team like kind of pushed back on that and wanted to get it all done, which, was crazy, like hitting some deadlines, but we had like a really good team. It certainly like, I think everyone like that follows Knights knows, but like, I didn't like hand draw every night. I was more of like the art director and working with a handful of very talented illustrators to kind of get the vision to come to life. And so, yeah, man, it's been fun. And then, even in the back, behind the scenes now, we're working on the steeds and they're looking like so sick. Everybody that's seen them looks awesome. Like they're
awesome.
We also like, I learned a lot about even like preparing the art files for a PFP project through the Knights thing. And like, we had some, layering hurdles and challenges as like we were building those files, especially with like 4 different races and like all the different attributes. But I think that this time around with the steeds is going to be smoother sailing. I have like much better idea of what those layers need to look like from a, generative standpoint.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, you see it in the Discord all the time. People always, at least you hear it every other day, bring it up anywhere on the steeds. So I know everybody's excited for that.
Blake, going back to the art from the first drop, like the Knights, the aliens, and the robots, like one of my favorite things about you in general with your art is like you love every piece that you do. You love it like it's your, and it is in that moment, it's your favorite, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to say you have to pick one specific favorite, but what character or trait or traits, plural, I guess we can answer. Like, are you most excited about with the Knights as far as like the human race, the aliens, and the robots characteristics?
I mean, I'm definitely a robot guy. I mean, they're just adorable. They're awesome. I don't know, just every like combination of robot just makes me smile.
That's
and
good.
And then like specifically the gold robots, and I love seeing that sale that you guys covered for 1 ETH of the gold robo.
It was fun. I mean, Blake and I were obviously so close to the art, and there's so many possibilities, right? There's way more possibilities than there came to life, and we were running test variations prior. Like the day of art release, that was our first time seeing some like all of the pieces, right? So it was a fun day. We were like, yo, look at this one. Yo, look at this one. We were still so excited about the random combinations, even given like kind of knowing like the general direction.
Right.
Yeah. It was like something ridiculous. Like with the amount of traits that we had, there was like 60 million combinations. And so like we only get to see like such a small fraction of like what's possible, but like some of the combos that came out are awesome. Yeah,
well,
gold
Tom in
robot.
the chat nailed it. Said you would.
Yeah, and
he
it's
called
fun.
gold
Like
robots before.
I especially love seeing that gold robot sale because we didn't. When we went back in and did the attributes and we're doing rarities, you know, we were looking at things like gold armor, you know, laser eyes. You know, we have all these traits that are rare, and we made the conscious decision not to identify like gold robot as an attribute, partially because like I wanted to like get away from like identifying things by skin color. And I know that like with the galactic clout ones and the rainbow and the cheetah, you kind of have to, but even like that, like we just kind of made it its own category of like galactic clout. And so because of that, we ended up, even though like the gold robots are the more rare, they're more
and
rare,
awesome.
A gray robot or a white robot, just in terms of total circulation. Like it's not listed as a trait. So like I'm like a huge champion of like, I like them because I like them. I don't need to like them. Like I don't care about like that little stat. And so it's fun like seeing other people like valuing the gold robot and making that sale for 1 ETH.
And Blake, that's something you're on in general as team, like what you like, right? And value things how you want to value it. Like obviously, which is hard in a NFT marketplace, but I think that that's a fun ethos to try to promote and spread is like, yo, buy things, Knights of Degen and wider art, like buy things because you like it, right?
Right. Like I had to get the one I got. I mean, dude looks like me. You know, I just don't have the nose ring. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You don't have
I
the
need
nose ring
this.
yet. You could get that.
Now you got to go get one.
I already tried pitching the wife. I said, listen, I have to match it as close as possible. And so the jury's still out on that one. All right.
Well, I got this nose ring I got this nose ring during like while I was designing the Knights. And so like I definitely wanted to make sure that like nose ring had like a solid representation. And probably is skewed. Like, there's probably more nose rings in circulation because of the timing of me getting this nose ring, like right when I was designing it, coming up with those percentages.
Well, what we're actually going to do next week, we got
an Uno from Jessica Porto, who I'd imagine is your wife.
And she's tuned in. Hey, she still loves me enough to tune in.
That was just a test.
It's not happening.
That's funny.
Well, thanks for staying on the show, wife. We're gonna try next week, guys. Where we're gonna pick the night of the night, and the goal is to pick one that's out there, show it right when the show starts, and see if we can actually get someone to buy it before the end of the show. Right. So we're gonna start doing things like that. We might have to tap you guys in to pick one, you know, for the first one that we have.
Yeah, this is a fun game because it's like we got to find a good value, right? Like. You don't want to just we don't want to just say floor night, but we don't want to just say like a super expensive one that's probably overpriced at the moment. So yeah, I'm in for it.
Awesome.
Let's sell
guys,
this baby.
Before I let you go, last question, I promise. Give me a little bit about the Minty Garden. I'm seeing all that stuff. That location looks phenomenal. Like, what's up there?
Mike, you want to take that one?
Sure. So, I mean, we have a lot going on. I mean, there's Blake as an artist and there's still so much like thriving of just like literally nothing beyond like Blake's creations. Right. So then we have kind of a lot of other projects and ventures and things in the works and ideas that are like kind of beyond just Blake as an artist, where it's more inclusive of other people and other communities and other artists. So that's kind of like been our ethos of like Minty Garden, and we're putting more shape and structure to like what that exactly looks like. So we have a physical space, which is like a partial NFT gallery, partial like just physical art gallery, partial kind of like community experience space. And then we're just trying to do dope things as wide and like intangible as that is. That's the reality of it, is we're just trying to keep pushing creative boundaries that excites us. And it's like, how do we package up creativity? How do we inspire more people to just go do things that they love? And I think spreading that is going to just lead to more opportunities for everyone in this ecosystem.
That's awesome, man. And guys, you know, I say it all the time to anybody I talk to with this whole thing that I've been able to be a part of now with you guys, the team that you have and everything you guys are doing, man. Obviously that KGMI is for real. And we love everything you guys do and how engaged you are with the community. So I appreciate you coming on the very first episode of the Night Shift. Makes me look that much better. So I really do.
We wouldn't have missed it. You can only be on the first one. Like if you miss that, there's
Right.
no going back, right?
Exactly. You see, Mike, you get it. And I'll send you guys the graphic with me photoshopped in. Let's talk band names. We'll work it all out, all right?
Please. Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I know everybody in the kingdom appreciates it. Hey, Blake, feel better. Mike, thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Later, guys.
Appreciate you.
Stay on.
I mean, come on. How you doing?
How you doing?
Look, he said it best. It's the first episode. You can now say you were part of the first episode. And how great is it to hear that I now have to go buy a robot by the end of the show, because you got to still try to earn brownie points, right? Hey, Blake, how you doing? Look, I got a robot. How good would my face look as an NFT? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. We can figure it out.
I mean, there's a lot of good robots, so it's not like it's not
for
the
real.
worst thing.
For real. Statistical, can you call the town crier for me, please?
Town crier!
Hello.
That was aggressive.
I was beckoned. That was a beckoning.
Like, I was a little actually upset. Like, isn't that my job? If everyone's gonna yell with that tone, like, now I'm not even doing it. Whatever, it's fine. Let's all settle down. Let's go ahead and pick ourselves another winner. And the next SBS free NFT giveaway goes to. Now, before I spin the wheel, I created one earlier with my name on it.
Yeah.
And Clay caught it, took it off. So I will not be winning one tonight. Here we go. J Martin 1344. J Martin. I like that. That's like, you set up your account the first time, you don't even bother like thinking of a name. You're like, J Martin. What else?
Maybe it's an alias.
Ooh,
like James Bond.
Or Jamashton.
French?
It could be. It could be a French. Congratulations on your SBS NFT. I want to go back to the marketplace. Hey, Statistical Justin, we'll be back. Town Crier, TGP.
Yes, sir.
You want to take this segment away and go ahead and highlight a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, exactly like Blake and Mike talked about. The whole point of this is to really get us all looking at the marketplace, seeing what's available, and seeing what we can pull from. So right now, we have our 8,888 Knights split across these 2,500 owners. The floor price sitting at a very affordable 0.139 Ethereum, but it's a pretty weak floor, and I'll break down why here. So we have our sales recently. People have been buying up the Knights, right? So you're scrolling down here. We're seeing lots of good stuff. There's a fun robot we're going to take a look at in a second. Robots have been very, very popular, but I was scrolling through here looking at the recent sales, and then I started to see Barry, and then I saw Barry, and more Barry. And
listen,
Barry,
I'm starting to realize you get to see that Barry a lot. Yeah. I may or may not have made a comment and said I need to get on Barry's level in the Discord.
Right.
He may or may not responded and said, please do. So, the man goes bananas in there.
Exactly. So we click on over here. We check out Barry. 85 Knights. 85 Knights. And what I love about what Barry's done here is he has fully taken advantage of diversifying his collection. Right? We got the bubblegum robots. They're sitting there. We got cowboy hats, a handful of those, red and green, mustache friendly. You want the pen? That's there. You're feeling Brooklyn, New York shirt? That's there, right? We got Party Jack Settlement sitting over here. We got clean shaven Drew Austin, maybe age 12. He's sitting there. we got basketball Jigga. He's ready to go. right?
He
I
is.
mean,
And he's got the Knicks one on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's right. We got the lasers, hugely popular. You got the laser eyes, laser mouths. You got the swords. Hot dogs here with the robot. The dude's got just an immaculate collection, right? Which then got me thinking. Okay, he's got me feeling it. I need to see what's going on here at the floor. So we talked about this, and the idea here going forward is we're going to spot this up at the beginning of the show and see maybe someone in chat, maybe they see something down here that they want to pick up. Mm-hmm. So we look at our floor here sitting at 0.39, and we got 2 Knights. And I'm like, okay, well let's take a look, see if there's value in this bottom. And so we look at the properties, and already we see some things that stand out. The flannel shirt, 2%. 2% of Knights are rocking that flannel shirt. You combo that with the gold cloak sitting at 1%.
I do like the gold cloak.
It's nice. It's clean. The wink tells me I'm interested, right? Like, you're winking at me, I'm winking at you. But then we got this astronaut helmet. Space helmet, 3%. Okay? And we talk about going to the moon, right? If you're truly believe KGMI, astronaut helmet, right? How are we going to breathe up there, right? But it's not just about the floor, right? We scrolled down. We were talking about robots earlier, so I took a look. This guy, 0.179, your entry point for robots. Okay? And we got some fun stuff going on here. Valkyrie helmet. Nice. King's armor, 4%. Right? We got, 7 traits. 6 traits. Normal nose. But it's a good-looking robot. Okay? So we got lots of options there. A few other highlights from the week. Right? Of course, Roundtable was joined 9 days ago, selling for 3.5 Ethereum to JiggaMan 80. Mr. 22B8, one of one.
And I know AJ was looking at that one, I think, for a minute. I think that was one of the ones.
He was. AJ came out and said he was ready to go with the purchase later that day. And just got ripped up. A few other shout-outs before we go through some highlights that I found of recent sales. Shout out to David, who picked up his 10th Knight to become Noble. Congratulations.
Good job, David. Good job.
Got other Knights in there hyping him up. You love to see it. And then we have some of my recent favorites. Okay, we've gone through here, right? We got pizza. These glasses are fun, right? Heart glasses. You love that. Recently sold at 0.195 to good old Patrick Star Bets. Gotta love the bubble gum. Gotta love the bubble gum. There's a story being told with this Knight here. Number 8409, right? The robot, he looks a little apathetic, but he's got the notebook. He looks like he's that robot in school that was kind of leaning against the lockers, kind of angsty, but he was cool. He was cool, but no one really want to talk to him.
I think it makes sense that we should start having stories created. I know there's a lot that people that put their background stories in Discord. We need to add a segment where we're putting these guys all together and really build out this story the right way. I think we need to make that happen.
100%. 2 more left. This guy, he's just vibing.
Headphones, so good.
The headphones, the gold headphones for me. Let's take a look at those. Okay, headphones, 0.09. And he was picked up for 0.15. Talk about rarity at the floor. I saw someone say that. Steve in chat, rarity at the floor. This guy looking hot. And last but not least, this was my favorite of the day. This is my favorite.
It's like our statistical jester. Look at that.
Right? And you know what it is? It's that jester outfit, which I'll be honest, I hadn't seen. 0.87 have the jester outfit. You got the Galactic Clout legendary, right? Sweatband 0.18 rocking the sweatband. Picked up for 0.7676 by John Dickens. And he's not letting go, friends. to the moon.
Sounds like a knight. John Dickens.
Right?
John
That's
Dickens.
right. Like now presenting
Sir John Dickens. All
Right?
right, well, there you go. Sir John Dickens.
Right?
Well, that is a little bit of. Jasper?
That's me.
Oh, you thought you were off the clock already, didn't you?
Well, I just, my
no
dad.
excuses. All right, Jester. All right. So listen, we've done what? 4 spins so far? Is that right?
Yeah.
Town Crier?
I've counted 4. I've counted 4 spins.
Hey, Barry.
Go.
4?
Yeah,
so
4.
You know what? Oh, the tavern's still open. All right. You know what? While I've got you guys all here, I think we need to pull the next winner. The show's about to wrap up here. We've got 2 of these left. Ladies and gentlemen, the next winner of the SBS NFT goes to... J3WA.
Jiwa. Jua.
I'm not Jawa.
Nailed it. Jawa the winner. All right. It gets awkward, doesn't it? Guys, I brought everybody back on because I need to address something. For all the Knights of Degen in that chat room, the FCF season is already kicking off. We've got combines coming up in LA next week. Listen, the FCF doesn't need kickers. We don't kick. But we need talent, and it's time for us to be scouting and getting everything ready for that. Real quick, check it out so you can pass the info along.
The fan control football tryouts are here. Begin your legacy with the disruptors of professional sports. December 18th in Los Angeles, California. Sign up at tryouts.fcf.io.
Guys, tryouts, our super team behind this entire organization with the barbers, Cynthia. I mean, it's just about to get crazy. He's over there killing things. Not now. Pay attention to the show.
He needs to catch the next meal.
He was warming up his arm.
Yeah.
He's got that javelin throw.
We need to hype up next week. Los Angeles, get the word out there. Get on social. Plug it. We need to find the best talent possible to bring over to the Knights of Degen. Do it.
And we got to be honest, right? I mean, that combine's coming up. We're lucky enough Jigga is going to be there, able to scout stuff out.
Awesome.
But we also have to, right? We're talking about looking backwards. We're talking about looking in the past, what has happened. Austin Eckler, running back for the Los Angeles Chargers and owner of the Wild Aces, another FCF team, the champions of season 1. It seems like he might be showing up for that combine.
Sweet.
So, he's going to be there. We had Destroying and him met up in LA. Destroying, owner of the Glacier Boys, another FCF team, right? They're pulling out heavy punches. They're putting people out there that their high caliber football players are going to want to support and be around. So if we have connections, if we know someone on those Discords Monday night, we got LeGarrette Blunt coming through. Hey, what you doing?
Hey, are you free?
He's still in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Linebacker, great point. GWR.
Look, Muppeter Man in the chat. Can Tiki just be our running back and owner? Hey, it's worth an ask. Right?
Right? Think outside the box. That is how we're going to feel it.
I promise everybody to pull as much content as possible, do as much research as possible while I'm at these combines. I'm ready to make sure that this season we are the 2.0 champions. Guys, before we end the show, I think we've covered pretty much everything tonight. I think we need to go ahead and pick our final winner for the SBS NFT. Last winner of the night is
Bodhisat. Wow, that's a
Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva.
Sataba.
Bod his at VA.
Mr. 22 himself.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Congratulations on winning that. Guys, thank you all for tuning in to the very first episode of The Night Shift, your weekly Kingdom recap. We plan to do this every Wednesday moving forward, 10 p.m. Eastern, every Wednesday night. You'll be able to find this group of crazies. We hope to see you guys here every Wednesday. And thank you so much. Hey, Ben, take us away.